Meowdy YouTube! Welcome back to another video. It is I, Saphwyn, the silly Neko VTuber, and today we'll be watching some Casual Geographic, specifically the Capybara one. I was told this one was really funny and then awesome and a really good time, so I am really excited to react to it with you guys, as well as quick brief little note. For those of you who asked or came for me on my last video, I am a biologist. I studied in the field. I went to school for 6 years within the field. I also worked within the field. I do not currently work as a biologist anymore because I am a full-time VTuber, full-time content creator. But in my previous time, that is what I went to school for, and that is what I worked as. If you were ever wondering, because I know some people were wondering. Anyways, let's dive into the video. Oh, to be a capybara living in the water. Look at him!
Hold on, I made this joke already.
This is the epitome of a Serofuck animal, isn't it?
Hope you have a good day. Hope you have a better week. I hope your month is
Oh my
full of
gosh.
successful days and a lot of great ventures. I hope you just come up, brother. You smell great. You smell great.
Oh, look at the little baby!
Oh, the capybara.
They're so cute.
One of the most memeable animals to be added
Wait, chat, please don't tell me I'm the only one that finds this cute. Let me know in the comments if you find capybaras cute.
to Earth's roster. Almost entirely for their sheer positivity. And it's not like that fake positivity from animals like dolphins or performative activists on TikTok.
Yeah.
Capybaras are legitimately unproblematic.
Look at
almost too
them.
much for their own good. The thing is, they have no reason to be like this. In fact, they have every excuse to be the exact 180. But first, let's talk about what this aquatic stress ball is. It's
An
a rodent, and
aquatic
pretty much a
stress
plus-size
ball.
guinea pig since that's their closest relative, even though they're like 60 times heavier. Also, guinea pigs are one of the few mammals that can get folded by deep water since they can't swim, which is something cappies know nothing
Look
about
at
since half
him,
their personality stays in the
chilling.
water with them.
He kind of looks like a hippo too. You know, like when hippos peek their head out of the waters? That's what it's giving me off. The same
Just
vibes.
like their cousins, the nutria, which is basically just a beaver
Hey,
you've never
yo!
heard of.
Wait, speaking of beavers, guys, I was born and raised in Canada. Like, I am Canadian. And if you guys know anything about Canada, like, we're popular for beavers. But I finally saw my first beaver last year in the wild. How crazy is that? Like, I haven't seen a beaver until then.
And the pacarata, who's probably most famous for getting abused with
This
soap
is
like a
a
band always
famous-
once had.
a
But out of
famous
all
video.
rodents, capybara are the heaviest and the ones closest
Look
to the
at
weight
that
class of a
ass,
grown
man.
And considering how people
I'm
feel about
sorry.
their cousins 100 times smaller, you would think the capybara would be the most hated oxygen sink on the planet. But the only thing more ironic than the fact that it's the complete opposite is the fact that this
I
chunky
would
chinchilla
love
is so
to
chill.
meet
Since history
one.
shows they should really be the polar opposite. Usually when something's this unbothered, it's because they've never felt any kind of pressure from predators. It's why the quokkas
Nah.
on Rottnest Island have no fear of humans.
Wait.
Since they have no
Does he have a video of the quokkas? Oh, please.
natural
I'm gonna have to
predators.
look for it.
Capybara, on the other hand,
my
have more ops
gosh.
than a rapper with a RICO charge. These
I love how they
giga-gerbils
just
have to
fight
avoid
each
being
other,
discharged in
too.
the population by the biggest big cat in North America, a discount store brand crocodile, and a paraplegic Jurassic understudy. Their
A discount store crocodile is absolutely crazy.
childhood isn't any easier, because juveniles can get caught up with ocelots, a paralysis demon with wings, and technically
You're
pelicans
telling me ocelots aren't just in Minecraft? No kidding. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
don't count, but
Don't
it's
come for
not for
me.
a lack of trying. And normally an animal that has to share an area code with this many threats to its way of life compensates by becoming a problem itself. For example, if zebras had a stripe for everything
Oh,
with the ability
zebras.
to bury them, they wouldn't have a single pixel of pale on them. And we all know those TV static stallions ride that excuse like they get tax breaks from it. It just makes more sense for a prey animal to be more willing
Oh
to
my
throw down.
gosh.
Predators get active to eat. Prey animals fight to live. But what doesn't make sense is a capybara doing the mannequin challenge 7 years late when
What
there's a
are you
homicidal vice
doing?
grip out looking for calories. It's
There's
kind of like
no-
honey badgers and capybaras
What?
are two ends of the nihilism spectrum.
What?
You got the four-legged
Oh
assault
my
warrior who doesn't
gosh.
value anyone's life, not even its own. And then there's a hippo hamster who can't
Guys, I haven't done the honey badger video either. So if you want me to react to the honey badger video, let me know down in the comments and we'll do that for the next one.
be physically bothered enough to care. And you would think this mentality would have gotten a cappy written out of the series of Life by Evolution. Or maybe they have the opposite
Look
of the
at
kangaroo
them.
situation. The kangaroo situation is that kangaroos used to have to deal with some of the most cartoonishly absurd predators the world had ever seen. Stuff like a 23-foot Komodo dragon or the marsupial lion Thylacleo. That prehistoric PTSD means that even though kangaroos today have to deal with zitters, they still act like they're in the trenches. So it's possible capybaras had few natural predators coming up, and now they're Helen Keller to all forms of conflict.
Oh my
Believe it or not,
gosh.
capybaras weren't always the brolic beavers we know them as. Their ancestors were actually small rodents that evolved from Africa about 80
Wait,
million
these are cavies, but they're roughly the same size of the capybara's ancestor would have been. Okay.
years ago. Being small was lit because one, it's a whole lot easier to hide, and number two, eventually you get so
So
small
they
that putting
were
you
a
on
small
plane isn't worth the
rodent.
energy it would
I don't
take
they became a
And when their
gigantic
ancestors
rodent.
pulled up to South America 40 million years
Yeah.
later, they showed up to an area with few natural predators and plenty of food in the forms of the grasses they like.
That's kind of wild. So they showed up to a world that it does not have a natural predator when they like pulled up to South America, and then I guess they decided like in evolution that they should become bigger, and now they're the capybara. We know of them now, but like imagine being, I don't know,
Scientists
man.
now say that it was the lack of predatory pressure that
Yeah.
allowed this plus-size
Yeah.
rabbit pig to grow to the size it is today. That and apparently capybaras
And
have
now
a
they're
special
just at,
form of
like, a
insulin
constant
that's actually better at getting
disadvantage.
cells to divide and grow. In non-AP biology terms, because I never took that class, this meant that cappies were able to exceed their weight limits without also increasing their chances of getting clapped by cancer. But of course, nature always catches up, and it wasn't like the capybara was tanky enough to disregard danger like manatees are. And in a messed up
I feel like
reverse,
manatees
becoming
also
a
don't
literal
give a
mighty
F.
mouse meant the capybara was now much more attractive to predators
Oh,
than
look
it would
at
have
the
been if it would have stayed the same
scratches.
size pre-bulk. So it's pretty much like cappies today have to pay for how good their ancestors had it.
Aww.
Like Gen Z. It's also possible that the capybara isn't as easygoing as memes wants you to think it is. They live in groups, and each group has
Look
a
at
dominant
them.
alpha male who gets the most food and female validation, which can lead to a lot of infighting in the cappy clan. And no matter how hard the alpha male tries to flex, there's always going to be a
I like, imagine just coming across a horde of capybaras in the wild. Like, what would you do? Like, would you guys be excited to see one, or would you be like, what the heck? Like, imagine.
few subordinates that
I
get
would
it
love
in
them.
behind
I
his
know
back
that
with his women.
they would be
So
scared
even
of
though
you,
the
but
dominant
still.
alpha male lays more pipe than any single subordinate, a majority of the plumbing actually comes from the subordinates as a whole. The females also get a say in the matter too.
Wait.
Mostly because if a female ain't feeling a certain male, she dubs him by nosediving into the nearest body of water, where she can hold her
Imagine trying to hook up with a female capybara and they just go for a dive in the water. They're like, nah, man, I'm out. Water time.
breath for
That's
up to 5
iconic.
minutes. There's actually a lot of drama in the cappy
Iconic.
community if you pay attention long enough. It's
Drama?
definitely not like bonobos, who seem to have all social structure figured out, albeit for R-rated, definitely not safe for work reasons. That still doesn't explain why capybaras are so chill around animals not even in the same species. Like take Cheesecake, for
Oh
example.
my-
Cheesecake was a
Cheesecake?
capybara who was rescued and sent to live in a
Aw.
refuge for neglected and abused animals. But since she was only a
Aw,
baby at the time, she
Cheesecake.
spent a lot of time living with the sanctuary's founder alongside her many dogs. And in typical cappy fashion, Cheesecake became one of the dogs, eating
Well, I think too, like when you have, it sounded like Cheesecake was a baby, a youngin, and when you have them grow up with like a species too, it's easier, I think, for them to get
sleeping,
along.
playing, and pretty much doing everything else in between
Yeah.
with them. Eventually, she would be promoted to the de facto
That's
foster
so
mom
cute,
for any abandoned puppies coming through
though.
the sanctuary.
The
She
child- I
would
can't handle the
regularly adopt a
cuteness.
family of abandoned puppies and raise them like her own blood. She would even discipline her pups
Imagine the puppy. Nah, the puppies are like, and here is my mom, and it's just a capybara.
if they ever got too out of
Ah.
line. Cheesecake was basically a Mother Teresa for terriers and any other
That's
orphan
cute,
pups.
though.
Those weren't the only animals she adopted in her time.
The
There's actually a really
ducks!
good reason why
The
capybaras
turtle
are the
too.
best rodents
Tortoises, sorry, do not give a F either. I don't think they're just vibing.
to leave your children
If
with.
there's
And
food
why
there,
the
they're there.
polar opposite
Oh.
of Chuck E. Cheese. Something about that cheddar feed never
This
really
is-
sat right with me. Capybaras do this thing called
Bro.
alloparenting, where the adults take turns watching over the babies in a group, and this
I
kind of
didn't realize we were gonna be jump scared in
system.
this video.
They'll even go as far as nursing pups that aren't even theirs. Pray for bro on the left. He going through some stuff none of us
Damn.
can comprehend right now. The benefit is that in a jungle full of EDP-sized threats to minors, this actually increases the
That's
capy
actually
pup's
kind of
chances to actually
massive. You know
survive
what? When a mother takes in other young than her, let me get rephrase that. When a mother takes in young that does not belong to her, that's actually kind of massive because there's a lot of animals that will not do that. So it's always nice to see like when animals
long
do
enough to
that.
celebrate their birthday. But it also means that Cheesecake wasn't just a stepmother. She was the mother that stepped up. Also, I just want to say that the same sanctuary would end up
She's
getting
so
another
cute.
capybara named Cobbler, and now Cheesecake and Cobbler are homies. And I feel like we should just take some time to appreciate that. Another thing to appreciate is that
Thank
plenty
you
of
for
other
adding
animals
that
like
into the
monkeys
video.
or painted dogs do the whole alloparenting thing, but cabbies are the only rodents that do it. Well, actually, technically
Yeah.
not really. Turns out red squirrels will adopt orphans as long as they're somewhat closely enough related to them. But that's not the
What?
same as having a built-in
So it's the
nurturing
only
system.
rodent though that
So it
does
seems
that.
being naturally social, being as swole as they
Look
are,
at him.
and having literal stepmother software in their system is what makes this He-Man hamster what it is. Capybara's got so much clout
That's
that even though they're
nice,
truly
though.
native to South America, they have a pretty sizable fan base all over, but especially in Japan. Why Japan? Well, it all started in the
Oh,
Izu
no.
Shiboten Zoo in 1982. A worker was cleaning out an enclosure with hot water when he turned around and realized that all the capybara were huddled around a warm puddle that had formed. The worker said bet, or whatever the equivalent in Japanese would be. And ever since the Izu Shiboten Zoo would create these traditional hot yuzu baths for the water-loving hippo hamsters
Oh
to enjoy.
my
Which is the entire
gosh.
backstory as to how this video exists. And because whatever capybara received, they give back tenfold.
You're telling me the capybaras in Japan are getting pampered right now?
These videos going viral single-handedly brought in thousands, hundreds of thousands, and even millions of yen in revenue.
That is wild.
Meaning it is scientifically proven, 100% non-refutable, that capybaras are good for the economy. If your country is currently in a recession, think to the last time you saw a capybara hot tub party. If you can't remember, then I think you found your problem. We don't need stimulus checks. We need more happy cabbies per capita.
And they look
That's
so
why there are entire
happy.
websites dedicated to finding the closest capybara in your area.
That's
So if I ever post a
amazing.
picture of me and a capybara with no context, this is the context.
All right,
Capybaras
guys,
are such
go
an
to the
unlimited
zoo and meet a
serotonin hack that
capybara.
naturally people are gonna ask if they're good pets. And my answer is, yeah,
how
they'd probably
honey.
be good pets. Question is, would you be a good owner? Here's why you
No.
probably wouldn't. One is that they poop. A lot. They kind of have the panda problem.
I don't
right?
know either. Like, I get you think a capybara is cute, but I don't understand why you would want one as a pet. I guess for the cute factor, but they're going to be a lot of work.
Eat things that don't give them a whole lot back, so to compensate, they eat a whole lot more of it. Which means they seem to drop deuces at will. You might not get to notice just how
Ooh.
much because capybara also take part in coprophagia, which in NICE 2023 YouTube guidelines terms
Oh
means to
my
eat food twice to get
gosh.
all the nutrients out of it. And if you can handle watching this infinite food glitch in action, there's the fact that you have to feed them in the first place. Remember, we're talking about a gerbil that can weigh as much as you. But you're not just feeding one cappy. Since they're social animals
Yeah,
that don't
they
do well
probably
alone,
eat
you
a
have
lot
to
of
adopt a buddy
food.
for him or even another one after that. Cause two's company, but three's a party. And no self-respecting cat.
Imagine going over to someone's house, something like, yeah, don't mind my pet, and they just have like a trio of capybaras running around their house.
The after party with an entourage.
Holy moly, that'll be a
All
lot
jokes
of money.
aside, that same logic is why Switzerland considers a guinea pig a victim of abuse if it has to live alone. It's really not that different for. I should have used that from the beginning.
I like
There's
that
also the
Switzerland
fact that
made
since
the
half
rule
their life
for it.
involves water, you're gonna have 24-hour access to anything a capybara can at least wade in. And before you say bathtub, just remember that most of their backdoor business happens while they're in the water. So you might want to rethink that. But the best reason
You'd
why
have to
might
have
wanna
your
hold off
own,
on
like,
adopting a
pool for
walking
him.
coconut, it's still a wild animal. Don't let the meme get it twisted. Despite all the hype, they're still very
Oh
much
my-
capable of inflicting.
Okay, I'm sorry. This just crossed my mind. Imagine getting bit by a capybara. Look at those teeth. And, highly chance that he will bite you, but every animal can bite you, will bite you if given the chance if provoked. So imagine those. Oh no,
Violence when they
no,
want
no, no! I
to, or when they
can't.
feel
I
like they
can't
need to.
imagine.
And I'm gonna just say,
I'm sorry
it's
if I
real
put that
cute
image
until
in
you
your
get
head.
mad and you realize you now have a 150-pound rodent with an overbite coming at you.
Yeah.
In fact, in 2005, a capybara in a Japanese zoo
Kills a
marked a spider
monkey.
monkey that was standing in its pool by grabbing it by the neck. So if you're considering adopting
Yeah.
a biting, pooping, eating machine, you might be better off just having kids, because only one of them can give you tax credits. Or you can just move to Tigre, Argentina.
You're telling me
because the South
capybara
American
can't give
city
me
has been
tax
taken over.
credit?
And when I say taken over, I mean that in the most passive way possible.
Oh,
With
no.
fires and an unusually cold winter killing their food supply, the cappy clan seemed to spawn en masse inside the Argentinian gated community. They quite literally
That's crazy.
pulled up. The upside, free lawn control. The
I love
downside,
it. They all are used to it now too. Because realistically, like, how are you getting rid of all these capybaras? Unless if you're like hunting them, which you probably shouldn't be hunting them. But how are you going to get rid of them all? Like, it's no
is these
easy
two
way to
rabbits
get rid of
bury the
them.
problems of the two animals in one package. They destroy gardens and leave behind Hershey kisses, while also becoming a danger to everyone on
Oh
the road.
my
There have also been
gosh.
reports of capybara running fades with pet dogs. Although to be fair, the dogs probably started it. But there is another bright side if you want to look at it that way. The biggest threat to a capybara isn't a jaguar or a caiman. It's actually humans who have historically hunted them for their meat and for their hide to turn into leather. We're their biggest op by far, and if they decide to take back what's theirs, I'm not gonna be mad at it. And the fact that they're doing it to a gated, rich community, there's a moral in there somewhere. But that's gonna do it for this video.
Yeah, I
For more
wonder.
consistent uploads, be sure
I should Google it because I wonder if they have a way or like they have a practice of getting rid of the capybaras in that gated community. Because like I said, I doubt that they would hunt them all, but you never know. Actually, you never know with people what their plans are. But I wonder if there's like a way to like capture them all and just relocate them or something. I don't
to
know.
check out my TikTok
It'd be cool
and
to see,
Instagram
or unless
posts
if they're
below.
like okay
And
with
if you'd
living
like
with
to
them,
support
but
this
if
channel
it's
beyond
like
subscribing,
I doubt they're okay living with them if they're destroying their lawns and their gardens and stuff, but who knows? That's more research for you to do after this video.
also consider becoming a patron on Patreon.
Heck
But, only do it if you
yeah!
can afford
Look
it,
at
because
him!
honestly, you watching a video this far
See,
is
look at those
actually more
teeth,
than I
though.
can really ask for. Got a whole lot of video ideas I want to get out for the new year,
And-
so as always, drink water.
Is it like rodent teeth where they keep on growing unless if they gnaw them down too? Like,
hug your mother.
Oh,
dap up your
no,
father if he's
no,
not into
oh,
the
no,
whole hugging
oh, no.
thing. Try to be a cappy in a world
they're so
full of
cute
cappers.
though.
And I'ma
I
see
want to
y'all
meet them one day.
in the next one.
I would love to meet one day. Look at them. Bonus clip for making it all the way to the end. Bonus clip. Aww.
Eles vão parar. Ah, eu não tô acreditando.
They're all crossing as a herd though. I like how the babies are like up front in the middle more. And it looks like the bigger ones are taking up the back. That's cute. That must be a full herd of them that live together. That must be, right? Anyways, guys, if you made it to the end of this video, thank you for watching. I will see you guys on the flip side. If you want more content, early access, all that fun stuff, want to support the channel, I do have a Patreon link down below if you want to go watch it. Anyways, I will catch you guys all on the flip side. If you made it all the way to this video, I think comment down a guinea pig emoji because I'm pretty sure those look sus. Anyways, take care and goodbye, gamers.